but this league is a very close league from top to bottom, so don't let those standings fool you. Tonight's contest should be pretty good. First, let's look at what Amityville did in their last game. Last Saturday, January 25th, so the Warriors, they've had a few practices, but they haven't been on the court for a game in almost a week, and they travel out east to West Hampton, where they took on a team who has also had a very good year so far this season. West Hampton currently 10-7 overall, 8-5 in league play, but the Warriors did what they had to do, taking care of business. Amityville walked away with a 78-50 win, and it really started right off the bat as Amityville wins the first quarter 15-7, establishes the tone, and by halftime, they were up by a score of 38-17. So this game got out of hand very quickly, and this is something that Coach Agostino has been stressing and bragging about too. Very proud of this team that is showing that it has a killer instinct and it understands that the end goal has not been reached yet, and they have to keep getting better, keep playing hard, and not letting up. And Amityville was able to do that. Let's look at some of the top scorers from that game for the Warriors. Amir Dickerson led all scores, both teams, 27 points, including 2 3-pointers and 7 points from the line. So Dickerson showing you that he can do things in the paint, he can do things beyond the arc, and as a result, he finds himself currently 4th place in all of Suffolk County scoring, averaging 23.7 points per game. Dickerson also has 99 field goals this season, so his first bucket on the floor tonight will be his 100th field goal of the 2024-2025 campaign. Other notable performances for the Amityville Warriors. Wesley Flythe, who has started some games, he's come off the bench for some games, but he always gives this team a boost, and he's been a very consistent offensive threat, especially from beyond the arc. He contributed 15 points in the Warriors' win, including 9 points from downtown, and he is a threat from all over the court. Alan Dotson Isabel, who has shared a lot of the one-guard duties with Tristan Trellis this year, he went off offensively for 12 points on his own. And Jordan Hines was the 4th Warrior in double digits, adding 10 points as well. Takai Mason, 8 points, and DeJohn Clinton, who will be coming off the bench today to start this contest, added 6 points in the Warriors' win. So again, Amityville wins by a score of 78-50. So you can put West Hampton to bed and now start to focus on the newest task at hand, which is getting a victory versus the Hauppauge Eagles. We're going to break down Amityville's last game against Hauppauge and everything we can expect today, as Hauppauge has a couple of really good guards and are a very dangerous team from downtown. But before we do that, we're going to check in with head coach Jack Agostino, who I had an opportunity to speak with just a few moments ago. All right, I'm here with head coach Jack Agostino of the Amityville Warriors. Coach, you're coming off a win against West Hampton, 78-50, and as you're getting down to the end of your season, how important does every single game become, not just to try to catch Wyandanch at the top of the standings, but also to get your team ready for playoff action?
Yeah, it's very important, actually. Like, you can't take any team lightly in this league. We have a really good league, top to bottom. Pretty much anybody can beat anybody, so there's no gimmies here. So we do have to bring our best game tonight.
And speaking of which, today you're going against the Hauppauge Eagles, a team that currently sits in last in league standings, but a team that you beat by just 4 points earlier in the month. So they have some really good players, Tucker Brown, Matt Huber. What are you going to do to slow them down, especially beyond the arc, as they've been very good from three-point land?
They are a great three-point shooting. I believe Brown is one of the best three-point shooters in Suffolk County, so we really are going to really pay attention to that. So we have a couple little tricks that hopefully will help slow them down a little.
So being that they're in last and you guys are in second, but it was such a close game, and pretty recently too, is there any concern over a letdown game, or is the last game from a few weeks ago a distant memory at this point?
No, I think our team's very motivated today, very motivated. They were not happy with the way they played. We've been playing really well pretty much after that game, so in a way it almost triggered us to be a better team. So hopefully we continue it today.
Wesley Fleck's been a very good sixth man this year, and he's come off the bench and given you some points from beyond the arc. Today he gets the start, but he had a big game in your last game also with 15 points. How much has he meant to your team this year, and what does he mean down the stretch?
Well, Wesley's been a starter pretty much the whole year. Jordan Hines is coming off the bench today, but Wesley, yes, has been totally the unsung hero of the team. I mean, the season he's having is very, very impressive. I mean, I'm so happy his progress, because last year he was like swinging back and forth from JV and Varsity. This year he totally proved that he's one of the top players in our league.
So as you're getting nearer to the end of the season, what are some of the things that you're trying to do? Obviously each game is important, you have to keep winning, but what are some of the things you're trying to do to get this team playoff ready so you can make a run at a championship?
We just want to stay solid on defense. We're good on defense, and we defend our, toughest opponents. We'll be fine all year.
All right, and final question, Coach. What are your keys for victory today?
If Amir Dickerson shows up, I guarantee we win the game. No doubt.
I think you're probably in good hands. Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right,
and Coach Agostino joking around there, because as we were finishing the interview, Amir Dickerson was walking right past us. So Coach trying to get a laugh out of one of his players. But he and his whole team, clearly from that interview, they know how serious this game is, even though they're playing the last place Hauppauge Eagles. Matt Grice here with you on the Amityville Broadcasting Network, as we are about 5 minutes away from tip-off of Warriors versus the Eagles. But right now, we are going to check in with the third member of our crew, Melissa Santos, who has a report from the sidelines.
Okay, so I spoke to Coach Maloney from the girls varsity basketball team and asked how his girls basketball team is doing. He said it's going really well right now. We have 3 games left. We need a win to go to playoffs. As well, he asked, as well as I asked, how does he feel as Alana Henry is back on the team? He said, having Alana Henry back is a huge, big part of the team, as she's a leader to the girls, and she felt a lot of void as she was out for a while, but he's really glad that he's back. Back to you, Grace.
Thank you very much, Melissa. And again, we're just a few moments away from tip-off here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. We wish Tom Maloney and the girls basketball team lots of luck down the stretch as they try to get back to the playoffs for the first time in 5 seasons. So let's take a look at tonight's contest, the Warriors and the Eagles. First, we'll start with Hauppauge's last game as they hosted West Hampton, a common opponent to Amityville's last game, where the Warriors were able to win 78-50 against West Hampton. Hauppauge fell short, 58-50, the final score. It was a very close game until the third quarter when West Hampton started to pull away. But there are some very, very strong guards I had mentioned before that are on Hauppauge who had a very good game against West Hampton, and that includes Tucker Brown, who had 6 3-pointers to go along with 23 total points, and Matt Huber, who added 4 3-pointers of his own, 14 points for him. Connor Dunphy also had a good game. He scored twice from beyond the arc, so 12 3-pointers from just those 3 players. Ian Rivera, another key player for the Eagles to keep an eye on today, added a tray. That's a lot of 3-pointers, 13 threes. So the Amityville guards are going to have to be on their game today, paying close attention. Let's take a look at what these two teams did last time they met back on January 8th. Warriors came away with a 64-61 victory. But that game really started off poorly for Amityville. In the first half, the Warriors were outscored 14-6 in the first quarter, and they went into halftime trailing by a score of 32-20. And again, this is a team that the Warriors have high expectations of being able to beat. I'm sure Coach Agostino had a very strong pep talk along with his leaders on the team at halftime. And the Warriors came out fired up in the third quarter and fourth quarter and were able to sneak away with a 64-61 victory. We'll look at some of the top scorers from that game. I mentioned Tucker Brown before for the Eagles. He went off for 26 points against the Warriors back on January 8th, including 4 3-pointers, 8 free throws. So as a guard, he can get to the hoop as well, and that's something Amityville is going to have to pay very close attention to tonight. Mario Chavez added 15 points for the Hauppauge Eagles in the loss. And for Amityville, their leading scorer of that game, Takai Mason, having a nice day. 16 points, Well-balanced scoring for the Warriors all the way around is Amir Dickerson at 15 points, Wesley Flight 12 points, and Jordan Hines 11. So again, 4 Warriors in double figures in that contest. Amityville has to make sure they play tough, they play strong, and they can't let up. It doesn't matter what the standings are, and that is something you know that Coach Agostino is speaking to his team about. Amityville wants to come out and prove that a 3-point victory against this team was a fluke, and they want to go out there and take it to them. Meanwhile, Hauppauge wants to show this league that just because they're in the bottom right now, they have a bright future. They're a young team with a lot of juniors, and they want to go out there and try to get the upset against the Warriors. Tip-off is coming up in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere, because on the other side of the break, we will have all the action for you right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
The standings show a team on the top playing a team on the bottom, but stats can be misleading. As tonight, the Amityville Warriors continue their quest to win League 5 and set themselves up for the playoffs. Their opponent, the Hauppauge Eagles, who currently sit in last place. But with a very strong league, Amityville knows they can't take things lightly and take things for granted, as they narrowly escaped with a 3-point win just a few weeks ago. Will the Warriors win their 4th straight, or will the Eagles soar to victory? Find out now on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Basketball team, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
It's time for Warriors Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And once again, good evening, and thank you for joining us here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Matt Grice, Sean Kruger, Melissa Santos on the sideline. We are just moments away for a tip-off here as the Warriors take on the Hauppauge Eagles. Let's look at the Eagles first. They come in with a 4-14 record overall, 2-12 in League 5 play, and they will be led today by starters Tucker Brown, Matt Huber, Ian Rivera, Mario Chavez, and Dominic Fernandez. For the Amityville Warriors, their head coach, Jack Agostino, Anthony Agostino, is the assistant coach, and they come in with a 10-5 overall record, 9-2 in league play. Alan Dotson, Isabel, Wesley Flight, Takai Mason, Jordan Hines, and Amir Dickerson will be your starters. And now we will pause for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose were shining like stars through the perilous night, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gleaming, and the rocky twinkling above bursting air came through the night, that our flame was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave o'er the land of the free.
Amityville's very own Steve Butler on the national anthem. Great job there, and we are just about set for tip-off. Sean, this should be a fun contest. Again, the Warriors escaping narrowly with a 3-point win back on January 8th, but with Hauppauge at the bottom of the standings and the Warriors making a push for first, tonight's game is really important.
Yep, definitely. And Hauppauge, they're going to try to escape out of that last place, and Amityville are trying to make a push. They're in second place right now, but with any type of win here would help them out, and they're not out of first place yet, so they're still trying to make that push. And Hauppauge, it's great to get out of last place. You never want to finish in last place, so a win today would be great for them, and they could do it. I mean, like you mentioned, it was a close game the last time they played, so we could expect anything today.
Not a lot separating the top from the bottom. Warriors currently find themselves a couple of games out of first. Wyandanch has yet to lose a league game, but tonight, as Sean just said, the task at hand is the Hauppauge Eagles, and we are all set. Warriors ready for the opening tip. It'll be Takai Mason jumping with Matt Huber, and the opening tip goes right towards press row and out of bounds. So the ball will be awarded to the Hauppauge Eagles. They will get their first possession of the game. The clock starts officially.
Right towards Mr. Asbell.
And Huber will start things off. Left wing, it's Fernandez. Kicked out in the corner for a three-pointer for Chavez. That doesn't go. Flythe pulls down the defensive board, and the Warriors have their offensive possession for the first time tonight. Suffolk County's fourth leading scorer, Amir Dickerson, driving to the basket, draws the foul, and he will go right to the charity stripe to start things off.
Yeah, these people getting the what team puts up the first points is pretty important. You come out of the gate, and you want to come out with a statement, and we see Hauppauge miss that three. Now Dickerson is going to try to hit this last free throw.
Yeah, so Dickerson misses the first, and we talked about in the pregame show how last time these two teams met, Amityville got off to a very slow start in the first half as Dickerson does get the second to fall. So 1-0 early lead for the Warriors as they bring on the full court press. Chavez has it, guarded by Flythe. Bottom of the circle, moves to the right. Crossover dribble, now kicks it over to Huber. Huber comes back to midcourt. Pass tipped away. Dickerson trying to tip it off a blue jersey. And the officials will say last touch off a white jersey. So it'll be Brown inbounding.
And there's those first points from Amityville that we were talking about, but now Hauppauge is going to be able to get the opportunity to put some points up, keep this game close, because it's not a lot of points scored so far in this first minute, but we'll see what Hauppauge is able to do here.
Chavez has it, dribbles from right side of the court to the left, guarded by Alan Dotson Isabel. Now driving in the lane, up with the right hand, off the backboard, and good is Dominic Fernandez, and it's 2-1 with a minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Eagles out in front.
Yeah, as Dickerson, like you mentioned, the fourth highest scoring in Suffolk County. He's going to drive down, take his offense. They're going to see what they can do.
Hines in the paint, kicks it out near corner. Three-pointer, Dickerson off the rim, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Hines. It was up with the shot, doesn't go. But Hines earns himself a trip to the free throw line. 2-1, Eagles with the early lead, 6:39 to go, opening quarter.
Another free throw opportunity for the Warriors, and if this is going to be a close game like it was the last time these two teams faced off, then these free throw shots are very important because they can be the deciding factor.
So Hines misses the first. So the Warriors just 1 of 3 from the free throw line early on here tonight. Hines did have 10 points in the Warriors' last game win against West Hampton, 78-50, as Hines gets the second free throw to fall. So we're all knotted up at 2. 6:36 to go in the first quarter. Chavez brings the ball up the court, guarded by Alan Dotson Isabel, bottom of the circle, dribbles left side, looking for some daylight. Double team Warriors, who's up with the shot from the right upper block. It's blocked away. Here's a three-pointer from the far corner. That doesn't go from Fernandez. Warriors bring it back. It's Dickerson. Dickerson, double team, picks up his dribble, finds Hines. Hines kicks it out, far corner, three-pointer. Dotson Isabel, and he drains it. 5-2, Warriors in front, 2 minutes gone by in the first.
Yep, another missed three by Hauppauge that led to Amityville scoring.
And bounce pass down low, and the shot by Brown doesn't go. Brown, a dangerous threat from beyond the arc. Pass in the paint, driving to the basket. Pretty feed as Takai Mason finishes things up, and it's 7-2 Warriors out in front, 5:45 to go, quarter number 1.
Yeah, that was just an awesome play there by Takai Mason, just being able to get that ball right in there. And in a quick score, and they've kind of come out to a quick lead now, a 5-point lead with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. But, you know, they started off only up by 1, but they've been able to play well.
So a foul called on Takai Mason, fouling Tucker Brown. Brown probably the best offensive threat for the Eagles, and Mason playing him real tight. Here's a three-pointer from the near corner, rims out, and the defensive board pulled down by Jordan Hines. Dickerson has it, far side of the court. Back to the top of the key, it's Hines. Hines in the paint, down low to Flight, and he lays it up and in. 9-2, 5:12 to go, opening quarter, and the Eagles call a timeout as they want to talk things over.
It was a great offensive showing by Amityville so far. I've loved just the dynamic plays that they've had down up by the rim, and they've just done a great job getting the ball in. They've had a couple missed shots, free throws, but they've done a great job so far. And like you mentioned, Tucker Brown was the highest. He's the highest scorer for Hauppauge in their last game against West Hampton. So, and they're gonna try to see more of him today. But we haven't seen much of him so far. But there is there is only 2 points scored by Hauppauge so far. So we'll see what the rest of the game will look like, and that timeout, we'll see what that will change for Hauppauge.
Amityville in the midst of an 8-0 run, which is quite the opposite of their start last time these two teams played.
Yep, in the first quarter, Hauppauge came out of the first quarter with a 14-6 lead. Amityville with a slow start. That ball just goes flying into the bleachers. But, yeah, it was a slow start for Amityville. It's quite the opposite of what we've seen so far. And that's what they do. They turn things around because they know what works and what doesn't against this team.
Dickerson three-pointer doesn't go after the turnover from the Eagles, and they're going to say a Warrior stepped on the baseline out of bounds. So the Eagles will get the ball back. Warriors are continuing to pressing here early on in this game, not letting up, and that was something Agostino talked about before the game, is that this team is hungry and they do not want to let any team that they play have the belief that they have a chance to win. Bounce pass, low block, tipped away by the Warriors. Coming down the other end, it's Mason. Mason needs some help, gets it to Hines. Hines thinks about a shot, pulls up, three-pointer, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound sky high, Mason pulls it down, and a foul is called, and we'll have to see if they send Mason to the line, and they will say that he was in the act of shooting. So Takai Mason goes to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
The third free throw opportunity for Amityville. And, you know, just like I said, you got to hit these shots. And it's important, and let's hope he can make this one.
Mason's first free throw falls, so that's 3 points early on in tonight's contest for Mason. Warriors are now 3 of 5 from the charity stripe. 10-2, Warriors in front, 4:44 to go in quarter number 1. Second free throw, too strong, but the rebound pulled down by Hines underneath, so the Warriors will get a fresh shot clock. Pretty passing from the left side up with the layup, Jordan Hines. And it is now 12-2 Warriors in front, 4.5 to play, opening quarter.
And there's that kind of dynamic play we've seen around the basket so far by Amityville today.
Brown has it, left wing, cross court now to Fernandez. Fernandez hands it over to Hubert. Hubert dribbles, free throw line, puts up the shot, no good off the front of the rim. Loose ball picked up by Dickerson. Dickerson pushing the pace, trying to take it himself. Up with the shot, off the backboard and good. Amir Dickerson gives the Warriors a 14-2 lead halfway through the first quarter. And for Dickerson, that is his 100th field goal of the season. And Sean mentioned before, he is currently 4th in Suffolk County in scoring. He's driving to the lane, it's Hubert, and he gets it down low, pretty feed over to Edward Mallon, who is seeing his first, Ian Rivera, who gets his first basket of the game. So that will break the run. 13-0 run for the Warriors is finally broken by Rivera.
Yeah, finally some points up for Hauppauge now. and they can try to cut it down.
And there's a three-pointer drilled by the Warriors, 17-4, 3:15 to go, first quarter.
It's just really impressive offensively so far. I believe that's Dotson Isabel's second three-pointer of the game.
Eagles trying to respond. Tucker Brown put up a three. It was short, but was able to get his own rebound. So far, Warriors keeping Brown off the scoreboard as he has it top of the key, left side, driving in Chavez. Shot doesn't go, and the rebound pulled down by Mason. Warriors pushing the tempo. Aaron Dotson Isabel scoops it up to the top of the key. Left wing now, it's Hines. Over to Mason. Drives, left side. Shot won't go. Rebound pulled down by Ian Rivera. Matt Huber slowing things down as Wes Flight is in his face. Huber dribbles right, crossover dribble, looking for a screen, double team, top of the key. Cross court pass, far corner, three-pointer Brown, strong, rebound. Dotson Isabel, long pass, chasing it down. Flight drives in the paint, up with the shot off the back of the rim, doesn't go. And the rebound pulled down by the Eagles.
Yeah, Hauppauge not able to capitalize down on their side of the court, and Amityville was just able to come up with it and go down to their side of the basket after every turn by Hauppauge.
Pass in the paint, picked off by Dotson Isabel. Up ahead on the fast break, and Dickerson, uncontested, 19-4 with 75 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We get a timeout on the floor as the Eagles are looking for some answers here, but they have no answers to slow this Warriors offense down up to this point.
Yeah, this Warriors offense is just impressive so far today compared to their slow start against Hauppauge in early January. It's just it's important. It's different from what they showed. I know Coach Agostino came up with some type of game plan. He wanted them to come out fast, and I think that it's just great because they've come out fast. 19-4, they're up compared to Hauppauge. But
well, we're going to now check in with the third member of our crew, Melissa Santos, who has a report for us down on the sidelines.
Spoke to Andrea Santos from the girls varsity basketball team, how she thinks about the boys basketball team basketball game today. She feels that they're going to they have some good energy about the players, and she thinks they're going to win. As well, asked her how about her basketball team is doing, and she said we're doing pretty good because the bond is not just on the court, but as well outside of school. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Melissa. I don't know if anybody here would get the reference to the music they were just playing, but that song was from the movie Ghostbusters, but the older generation would have to pick that one up coming through the PA system. Matt Grice, Sean Kruger, and Melissa Santos here with you tonight on the Amityville Broadcasting Network as the Warriors take on the Eagles. And right now, Amityville finds themselves in front 19-4 with 1:42 and counting in quarter number one. Huber has it. Cross-court pass. It's Chavez. Chavez guarded by Allen. Dotson Isabel. Bounce pass left side. Left wing. It's Chavez. Top of the key. Crossover dribble. Sends it around to the right side. Fernandez. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Fernandez picks up his dribble. Sends it over to Dumfrey, who's in the contest for the first time tonight. And with 2 seconds on the shot clock, Connor Dumfrey, fresh off the bench, is called for the travel. So a turnover for the Eagles, and the Warriors will take over with a 19-4 lead as we approach the 1 minute mark of quarter number one.
Yeah, you mentioned Dunphy getting in the game for the first time tonight. Hauppauge, I guess, making some substitutions out of that stop and to see what they can change. But you see Amityville, Dejon Clinton comes into the game too.
Clinton immediately in the paint, going up with the shot, wild shot. Lands in the hands of Mason. Three-pointer now thrown up by Flight. That doesn't go. But underneath with the offensive board and putting it back was Amir Dickerson. And the Warriors on fire here in quarter one. 21-4, 36 seconds left. About a 6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Driving in the paint was Mario Chavez, but he loses the handle out of bounds. Referees are going to say last touch white jersey.
Yeah, Dotson Isabel kind of knocked it out of the hands. And
bounce pass underneath. Spinning from the low left block. Doesn't go from Fernandez. Loose ball popping all over the place. Blue's able to bring it back down. It's Chavez over to Huber, left wing. Shot clock turned off, 15 seconds left in quarter number 1. Clinton guarding him. Chest pass, underneath, kicks it back out. Three-pointer, Chavez drills it with under 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. 21-7, 5 seconds to go. And the Warriors looking for the last shot. It's Dickerson, long three, air ball. And that's where things will end after 1 quarter of play. It's the Warriors with a strong start on top at 21-7. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter action coming up next, right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
I've been driving trucks for a long time. Safety is my #1 priority. I know that my truck has huge blind spots. That's why I remember to check my mirrors often for smaller vehicles. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're behind the wheel, try to avoid lingering in those blind spots. It can be dangerous. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Coach Agostino, the head basketball coach for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Basketball Network.
And welcome back to the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium. Matt Grice, Sean Kruder, Melissa Santos bringing you the call of tonight's action. The Warriors, a really strong start here in the first quarter. They ended on a 20-5 run, and if you're Amityville, Sean, you couldn't have asked for anything better than this sort of start against a Hauppauge Eagles team who have some really talented players but have had a very rough season.
Yeah, just a completely dominant start from Amityville right in the first quarter, not only offensively but defensively, holding Hauppauge. And Hauppauge was able to finish with a 3, but still a big deficit, long way to go for Hauppauge.
Warriors get the first possession of quarter 2. Dickerson, between the leg dribble, pulls back, thinks about a shot, all the way across court, gets it over to Mason. Mason baseline jumper, doesn't go. Clinton handles the rebound. Warriors with a fresh shot clock. Dotson Isabel wasting no time. Three-pointer in and out. And the ball is out of bounds. Far sideline. Last touch off a blue jersey. So the Warriors will retain possession. Opening minute here of quarter number 2.
Yeah, Dickerson, one of the best players on Long Island. We see him, excuse me, trying to shoot that and get some points up. I know this team is energetic compared to their start to the last time they played Hauppauge. So they want it to be different.
Dotson Isabel drives in the paint, kicks it out near corner. Flythe, plenty of time, puts up the tray and drills it. Wes Flythe, who is dangerous when left open from beyond the arc, shows you why right there. 24-7 opening minute of quarter number 2.
Yeah, impressive 3 right there by Wes Flythe. And we kind of see everybody in the Amityville offense get involved, puts points up so far, which is great for a team like this with one of the best players on Long Island and Amir Dickerson. 4 teams in double figures in the last contest for the Warriors. As Fernandez looking for help, hands it over to Huber. Huber, right wing, in the paint, now kicked out to the near corner. It's Fernandez. Fernandez drives, gets it over for the shot, and the foul. Mario Chavez has a chance for a three-point play, a much-needed three-point play for the Eagles as Amityville is up 24-9. First free throw opportunity for Hauppauge right here as Mario Chavez will go to the free throw line.
And the three-point play is not completed as Clinton pulls down the board. And Dickerson wasting no time, charging to the basket. Shot doesn't go. Good defense by the Eagles. Huber trying to push the tempo. Brown with his first open look of the night, and he drills it from beyond the arc. 24-12, 6:30 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Hauppauge is definitely going to need to see more of Brown so far if they want to catch up to Amityville.
Dotson Isabel tries to drive, meets a wall of blue, finds Flythe, and Flythe drills the 15-footer. Warriors 26, Eagles 12, 6:13 to go first half.
Another great shot by Flythe. And, like I said, get everybody involved in this team.
Huber, baseline 3, far sideline, doesn't go. Offensive board pulled down by Connor Dunphy, who remains in the game. Bounce pass, low right block, tipped, stolen away by Flythe. Warriors pushing the tempo, 3-on-2. Flythe takes it himself, rolls out. Loose ball, Flythe with the rebound, finds Clinton, low left block, and the ball pops in the hands of Matt Huber for the turnover. Warriors still with a big lead, 26-12, 5:35 to go, second quarter.
Yeah, the second quarter definitely has gone by a lot faster. I mean, I got Hauppauge trying to put some points up quick, but Amityville has
uncontested three, and Fernandez can't convert. Warriors breaking out the other way. Clinton fakes his shot, up with the left hand and good. More fast break points for the Warriors, and they have been dominating in that front tonight, and it is now 28-12, 5:10 to go in the second quarter.
Clinton's first points in the game. We saw him come off the bench at the beginning of the second quarter for Jordan Hines.
Dumfrey, top of the key, kicks it over to Fernandez. Fernandez with a little room instead, sends it other side. Dumfrey, three-pointer, air ball, and lands in the hands of Dotson Isabel. Again, Warriors pushing the tempo, showing you their conditioning. In between the leg dribble, Dickerson kicks it out, near corner, wide open three, Flythe, it's short, and the board is pulled down by Connor Dumfrey.
Yeah, Flythe, a rare missed three from Flythe there. He's done a great job so far tonight, and it's a rare missed opportunity from Amityville's offense in general tonight.
Some confusion there as the Warriors with the easy interception, and Dickerson with the layup doesn't go. Loose ball in the paint. Dickerson still pulls it down, up with the shot from the left side off the top of the backboard, and in. Amir Dickerson on the score sheet again. And the Warriors get into the trays as it's 30-12 halfway through quarter number 2.
Impressive effort from Dickerson there, trying to get that up. It was just a great job and a layup there.
9 points for Dickerson so far in this contest. Left wing, Fernandez, and we get some contact, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Fernandez. So Warriors will take over as Jordan Hines comes back into the game. He started tonight's contest for Amityville. And Wesley Flythe has been playing hard. He takes a breather. A couple of substitutes as well for the Eagles, as Mario Chavez and Connor Dumfrey both take a seat. And Ibrahim Saeed gets his first action of the game. Ian Rivera back into this contest as well. Alan Dotson Isabel. Right wing, it's Amir Dickerson. Cross court, back to Isabel. Fakes right, drives left, up with the right hand from the left shot, and he hits it. And the foul, a chance for a three-point play for the Warriors one guard as Dotson Isabel goes to the charity stripe.
Dotson Isabel has been impressive tonight with drilling some threes, and we saw that layup right there, and like you said, got the chance to make this three-point play.
Relentless offensive response so far tonight for the Warriors. They're currently on an 8-0 run. Dotson Isabel looking to complete the three-point play, and he does. 9-0 run for Amityville, 33-12 the score overall. And the Warriors still pressing as Brown tries to break the press. Bounce pass over to Saeed. Saeed fresh off the bench in the paint, fakes the shot to Brown now. Left wing, guarded by Dickerson. Right side, it's Rivera. To Hubert, top of the key, trips, and they are going to call a foul on the Warriors, so Blue keeps it. 33-12, Warriors out in front, 3:10 to go in the first half.
Yeah, we haven't, like I said, we haven't seen a lot of Tucker Brown, and he was the high scorer for Amityville in their last, for Hauppauge in their last matchup against Amityville.
Hubert, three-pointer, air ball. And it's picked up by the Warriors. More fast break opportunities. Mason, and that pass gets away from him. And it looks like the officials are going to say last touch off the fingertips of a blue jersey, I believe, Sean. But we're going to get a timeout on the floor regardless. 33-12, under 3 to play. And this has been all Amityville since the get-go.
Yeah, they've just been able to dominate offensively and defensively. And like I said, they're getting everybody involved. And you know, today they've kind of got a short, small bench, but they're getting that. They've got the 5 starters and the 6-man getting involved, and everyone scored so far. They've done a great job. 33-12 lead, and it's impressive. It's like I said, compared to their last game against Hauppauge, their last start against them. They've done a great job tonight. And you know, I want to name a couple players who have impressed me: Wes Flythe, Alan Dotson Isabel, and of course Amir Dickerson. But I just love it when those other players get involved and show that this isn't just a one-man team. It's an impressive team all around.
Tucker Brown has 3 points, 1 3-pointer he converted on. Last time Tucker Brown faced Amityville, which is back on January the 8th, 26 points, 4 trays. 8 free throws. So the Warriors obviously targeting Tucker Brown. Bounce pass in the paint. Hines, left side, fakes the shot, now goes up with the jumper off the backboard and good. And it is now 35-12, 2:40 to go. Warriors still with the full court press. Fernandez crosses the timeline, drives right side, hands it over to Rivera. Rivera bounce pass in the corner to Fernandez. Fernandez gets it in the paint, now kicked out to the corner. It's Saeed with the three-pointer, and Saeed drains it. 35-15, 2:15 to go in the second quarter. Shot doesn't go, rebound pulled in by Fernandez. That ended an 11-0 run, that three-pointer by Saeed. Eagles trying to respond again. Shot doesn't go for Fernandez. Fast break, Warriors. Dickerson, 1-on-3, and it doesn't matter as he's good again from the floor. 37-15, 1:50 to go in the second quarter.
Dickerson showing off his abilities and his talent, and 1-on-3, still able to get it off. As Amityville jumps up to a 37-15 lead.
Saeed has his pocket picked, and here comes Clint. That doesn't go. Dickerson tries to tip it in and just misses. And Saeed has it. Numbers back the other way for the Eagles. Shot, 15-footer, and that one falls for Matt Huber. 37-17, 85 seconds to go in the first half.
Dickerson and Clinton weren't able to get that one in, but they kind of come down the court laughing after that one.
Great move by Dotson Isabel. Shot doesn't go, but right there for the rebound and the putback was Takai Mason. And the Warriors just keep the onslaught coming. 39-17, 1 minute to go in the first half.
Yeah, impressive. Almost 40 points in the first half. This is great showing by Amityville.
Saeed drives, free throw line, pass tipped away and stolen by Mason. 2-on-1, he's going to take it himself, and they're going to call a foul on the floor before the shot. So the Warriors will keep possession. 43 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And Warriors out in front by 22 points.
Yeah, it's a big lead. It's definitely going to be hard for Hauppauge to come back, especially, like I said, them being in last place team against this second place Amityville team.
Dickerson has it near baseline, thinks about a three, drives, pulls back, kicks it out to the top of the key. It's Dotson Isabel. Isabel over to Clinton. Clinton, three-pointer, left wing, doesn't go. And the rebound is pulled down by Blake R. Fresh off the bench. Shot clock turned off. 23 seconds to go. Second quarter. Huber loses the handle. Picked up by the Warriors. Anthony Martinez, fresh off the bench. Down the other way. Dotson Isabel. His shot doesn't go. 12 seconds left. Blue moving back the other way. It's Huber. Huber for three. And he drills it. 7 seconds to go. 39-20. Warriors in front. Full court pass. Clinton has it. 1 second. And he's not going to get the shot off in time. What a wild finish here to quarter number 2.
Certainly.
But at the end of 2 quarters of play, it's the Warriors out in front. 39-20. Don't go anywhere. The halftime show coming up next right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
I'm Jose. I work construction. My day starts at 4 a.m. Life's tight, but I eat right by choosing 1 day a week to prep multiple meals with healthy recipes. Then I freeze the extra. I save money by bringing lunch to work. Then dinner is already made. Life just got easier, and I have more time to spend with my family. To learn how to eat right when life's tight, visit snapedny.org to learn more.
SNAP-Ed is funded by USDA Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Coach Agostino, the head basketball coach for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Basketball Network.
This is the Warriors Basketball Halftime Show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium, as we want to thank you for spending your Thursday evening with us here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Matt Grice, Sean Kruder, and Melissa Santos, and we have plenty to break down here. An exciting first half as the Warriors have a 39-20 lead, almost doubling up the Hauppauge Eagles. But before we break this one down, we're going to check in with our sideline reporter, Melissa Santos.
So I spoke to Cole DeBruyne of how he thinks of the boys basketball game today, and he thinks they're going to smash Hauppauge. As well, he said during midterm last week he didn't feel nervous or stressed, just normal while taking the midterm. Back to you guys.
Thank you, and I'm sure a lot of people, including yourself, Sean, are very happy that the midterm week is over. Your last midterm week in high school. That has to feel pretty good.
Yep. I only had to come in to take one test, but when that was over, it's pretty relieved.
You got a week off. Not a bad deal.
Yep.
Well, the Warriors haven't played since last Saturday, and having almost a week off has seemed to help them out tremendously as well. What a fast start tonight against a Hauppauge team that they barely beat last time they met just 3 weeks ago.
They jumping out, going on a 13-0 run, and like Alan Dotson Isabel getting a 3 in there. And before that, they started off with a free throw from Jordan Hines, and then just able to jump out right from there. Points from Takai Mason, Wes Flythe, and Amir Dickerson. And they just starting out great offensively like that, setting the tone, and just being dominant out the gate is helping to win. And obviously, they're out to a 19-point lead here at halftime. So,
yeah, let's break this down a little further. And you're right, it was a big start, 13-0 run for the Warriors, basically to start the game. The only thing separating that from their first points for Amir Dickerson was the field goal from Dominic Fernandez. And one of the things I think we should point out is that Amir Dickerson, who's fourth in Suffolk County in scoring, hit his 100th field goal in the first quarter tonight. So 100th field goal of the season. He is having a tremendous year altogether. But one of the keys coming into this game, slow down Tucker Brown, who has been amazing from downtown. I'm not trying to be a poet here, but it's all coming together. Last time these two teams met, Brown had 4 3-pointers, 26 points. He was getting into the paint, 8 free throws. Brown's last game against West Hampton, he had 23 points, including 6 from downtown, and the Warriors really able to do a good job in containing him, as in the first half of this contest, Brown did get a 3-pointer to start the second quarter. He was held off the score sheet in the first quarter, but that was it. He couldn't get anything else going. The Warriors not allowing the ball in his hands. Let's break down the rest of the first quarter, though. So finally, the 13-0 run is ended when Matt Hubert was able to get a field goal, but the Warriors came right back down the other way. Wes Flythe with a 3-pointer. Then a little mini 5-0 run for Hauppauge that was led by Mario Chavez, who had a chance for a 3-point play, couldn't convert, and then Brown's 1 3-pointer. But and that was the end of the first quarter going into the second quarter. But that one quarter, as you said before, completely different story from the last time these two teams met. And I love the fact that not only was the tempo excellent from the Warriors, but they didn't let up. Full court press, it didn't matter what the score was.
Yeah, and they keep that quick tempo of the game, and they haven't such a short team, small team, and that's just great conditioning, and it's a team that's in great shape, and being able to do that and getting all their players involved. All their players are in there shooting, scoring points, and it's just great for a team to be able to do that, to support a star player like Amir Dickerson hitting his 100th field goal today. He's one of the best on Long Island. So when you're able to support your star player like that, it's going to help you out tremendously. But Hauppauge not being able to do that with Tucker Brown, we haven't seen a lot of him today.
So, again, a short little 5-0 run for Hauppauge. A lot of damage has been done already. But then Amityville, right off the bat, answers the call, going on another 11-0 run of their own.
Yep, starting off with some points from Wes Fleif and Dejan Clinton, and going into a layup by Amir Dickerson, and then a three-point play by Alan Dotson Isabel, leading into a two-pointer by Jordan Hines. And like I said, that's all different players getting some points in there, and it's just great for the team. And when you're able to shut down a team, like I'm talking a lot about Amityville's offense today, but their defense today has also been very well. They're able to go on these two big runs, 13-0, 11-0, and it's just great for a team to shut out a team defensively like that, while also going on a great run offensively.
Yeah, the Warriors doing it from all sides. You're right. I mean, they're almost doubling up the Eagles at this point. On that 11-0 run, I mean, basketball is a game of runs, and things can turn very quickly, so it's not over till it's over. This is kind of the opposite of what it was like last time these two teams played, and it was the Warriors who had the big second half to eventually squeak by with the 64-61 lead. But after that 11-0 run, the Eagles started to wake up a little bit. Warriors fast-paced all game long, but the Eagles started to respond to that a little bit, and they started picking up the tempo and started getting a few more players involved. Matt Hubert, who had 14 points in the Eagles' last game against West Hampton, he was able to get his game going a little bit, and including hitting a big three-pointer almost at the buzzer. Just a couple seconds left. Warriors had a chance, full-court pass. Dejan Clinton just surrounded by blue jerseys, couldn't get the shot off in time. But what a dominant first-half performance by the Amityville Warriors. And you got to remember, you know, Amityville has a lot to lose here. Hauppauge's not going to be making the playoffs this year, but they are a team with a lot of juniors, a bright future. You know, Tucker Brown, he's only a junior. And they're hungry, and they want to play spoiler here. Amityville's still trying to climb their way up in the standings. It's going to be tough to catch Wyandanch. But the most important thing here is the Warriors have their sights set on a title. So you cannot take any games off, even if you're playing the team who's currently sitting in last in League 5.
Certainly. You can't go into a game, especially against a last-place team, because upsets are a real thing, and you can't just go and think, oh, not worrying about it, and be like, oh, we're just going to win. It's going to be easy. But, you know, and they obviously haven't underestimated Hauppauge after today, after earlier this month's game, where they were kind of shocked a little bit in the beginning of the game, but they obviously didn't underestimate them today, and they got out to a dominant start. And I think if they can continue what they've started so far today, they're going to be able to get that win. And like you said, you can't take any games off. They're trying to chase that title.
So, Sean, it's 39-20 right now, but that's why you play 4 quarters, not 2. So what are your keys for the Warriors in the second half?
They got to, like I said, continue what they've been doing. Keep everybody involved and keep rotating a couple guys off the bench so they're not too exhausted. And like I said, I'd love to see more Wes Fleif shooting. He's done a great job shooting threes. Alan Dotson Isabel as well. And, of course, Amir Dickerson. So,
well, it should be fun. It was an exciting first half, but don't go anywhere because we have a lot more action coming up for you here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. We have 16 minutes of basketball coming your way, but right now it's the Warriors up in front 39-20. Second half tip coming up right after this on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
I've been driving trucks for a long time. Safety is my #1 priority. I know that my truck has huge blind spots. That's why I remember to check my mirrors often for smaller vehicles. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're behind the wheel, try to avoid lingering in those blind spots. It can be dangerous. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
This is Mark Stewart, center for the Amityville basketball team, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium as we are all set for quarter number 3. The Amityville Warriors out in front 39-20, a dominant first half of action, doing exactly what they need to do. Matt Grice, Sean Kruder, Melissa Santos on the sidelines for us here today, and we'll have to see if the pace that we saw in the first half continues. I'm always amazed, Sean, by the conditioning that Agostino's team has, because we've seen them come out in the first quarter, fast break, full court press, and we've seen them do that all the way to the end. So I'm curious of how this team's going to make sure that even though they're up by 19 points, they don't take their foot off the gas.
You never want to get too confident, and they do have a big lead, but that's like you said, that's why you play 4 quarters. Things can change coming out of half, and Agostino is going to try to do everything he can to keep this lead. Hauppauge is going to try to play from behind here.
And we are underway. Brown with the ball gets it over far side to Fernandez. Now it's Chavez, guarded by Dotson Isabel. Near wing, top of the key. Fernandez drives, right upper block, doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Mason. Ball tipped away, but picked up by Amir Dickerson. Dickerson fakes right, goes left, shot doesn't go. Rebound in the paint, fight for it, and it's scooped up by the Warriors as Hines goes up with the shot, and it rims in. 41-20. Warriors up by 21, opening minute of the third quarter.
And that's kind of how the game started. Hauppauge not being able to capitalize, and they're having a missed shot, and then Amityville goes down and scores. So not much has changed here.
Three-pointer by Brown, and there it is. You knew it was coming eventually. Brown from downtown, 41-23. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And finally seeing some more of Brown. That's his second 3 of the day. And hoping to see more of him.
Mason hands it over to Dickerson. Dickerson pull-up three-pointer, strong. And the rebound grabbed up by Chavez. Chavez, bounce pass, cross court, over to Huber. Huber, uncontested 3, and Huber drills a three-pointer. Back-to-back three-pointers to open things up in the third for the Eagles. And it's now 41-26, Warriors in front. 6.5 to play in the third.
And maybe we are going to start to see some life from Hauppauge. 2 straight threes.
That's their game if they can get the three-pointers going, as Flight sets the screen in the corner. Now it's bounce pass, down low, up with the shot. Doesn't go by Mason. Loose ball out of bounds, and the Eagles will get possession.
And we know that these teams can play a close game like we saw last time. And if Hauppauge keeps hitting these threes, he's going to make it a little bit more of a challenge for Amityville to keep this lead.
Bottom of the circle, Brown between the leg dribble. He's guarded by Mason. Brown trying to take things over himself. Drives in the paint, picks up his dribble, gets it over to Fernandez. Cross court, three-pointer baseline. Doesn't go from Huber. Loose ball, and it's pulled down by Dotson Isabel. Here come the Warriors as Dotson Isabel splits the defenders and does the splits himself as he hits the floor. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Warrior possession.
Yeah, it's a missed shot over there that we saw, but Amityville is going to have missed shot by Amityville, but Amityville has to keep adding on points because Hauppauge coming back quickly with some back-to-back threes.
Dickerson near corner. Baseline, drives, left side up with the shot and in. And the Eagles just do not have an answer for number 24 in white as it's 43-26, 5:28 to go in the third.
And Dickerson's showing why he is the number 4 leading scorer in Suffolk County.
Wow, nice move, a little give and go behind the back dribble, and Huber able to finish. So the guards are getting things going for the Eagles here. 43-28, 5:11 to go. Still a lot of ground to make up for the Eagles as Dotson Isabel, right hand from the left side and lays it in. 45-28, 5 minutes to go in the third.
Amityville answers right back with some points of their own.
Bottom of the circle, it's Brown. Bounce pass, right wing. Now it's back to the top of the key. Chavez drives right side, almost has his pocket pick. Triple team, gets it over to R. R drives in the lane, too strong off the backboard, gets his own rebound, still loose, and it's Dickerson who brings it down, kicks it ahead to Flythe. Right side up with the layup, may have been tipped, doesn't go. And Chavez will slow things down for the Eagles. 45-28, Warriors in front, 4:30 to go. Far corner, fancy passing, open left wing three-pointer, too strong. Rebound pulled down by Chavez, and he drains the 2. And the Eagles cross the 30-point barrier, 45-30, lead cut to 15 with 4:12 to go in the third.
The Hauppauge definitely showing some signs of life here offensively, but Amityville being able to fight back and add some points of their own. Lead only cut by 4.
Mason drives, Low right block, easy lay-in, and the Warriors answer right back. 47-30, under 4 to play in the third.
Yeah, and anytime you get a big of a lead as Amityville had, it's definitely tough to come back, even with the strong offensive showing Hauppauge has shown so far today.
Huber, three-pointer, far wing, drills it. And it's Matt Huber again from beyond the arc. 47-33, 3:32 to play, and the Warriors slowing the pace down here. I don't know if that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, another three by Hauppauge, and that's going to be the key to them cutting this lead down.
Mason's three-pointer doesn't go. Double team as R pulls down the rebound. Two blue jerseys collide, but Huber comes away with a crossover dribble. Finds Fernandez. Bounce pass down low, up with the shot, and converted for Chavez. 47-35, 3 minutes to go. And Coach Agostino wants to talk things over as what was once a 21-point lead. The Eagles have done a good job crawling back into this one.
Yeah, I was just about to say Agostino is probably about to call a timeout right about now, because you see they still got a lead, but Hauppauge able to try to fight back, and Agostino to try to fix what's going on with his team right now.
47-35. Let's check in down on the sidelines with Melissa Santos.
So I spoke to Richard Washington today to ask him if the boys basketball team will win today's game, and he thinks they will, as Hauppauge is very athletic, but when it comes to techniques and passion, that's when Amityville plays. Back to you, Grace.
Thanks, Melissa. Just under 3 to play, third quarter, 47-35. And Sean, this went from what was a blowout to this has become a very interesting game, and it's being led by the guard play of the Eagles.
Yeah, it's a great job so far by the guards on Hauppauge in the second half. And this game is going by fast. The quarter has gone by fast. Amityville still got a lead, but a lot less comfortable than they were at halftime.
Dotson Isabel, cross-court, flight, three-pointer, doesn't go. Dickerson fights for the rebound, tips it over to Hines. Still a loose ball in the paint. And we got a dog pile on the floor. And they're going to award possession to the Warriors. We got a substitute. Dejon Clinton comes into the game and taking a seat is Jordan Hines. 12-point lead for the Warriors. What was once a 21-point lead is Dotson Isbell. His pass picked off by Matt Huber, read like a cornerback.
Great play by Huber there.
Cross-court pass, it's Brown in between the leg. Dribble goes from his bench to the bottom of the circle, kicks it back to his bench as Fernandez puts up the three and drills it. And this game is getting more interesting by the minute. 47-38, 2:20 to go, and the lead is down to single digits.
Just impressive by Hauppauge, all these threes, and Amityville just can't let that happen because the lead is down to 9 now.
Flight fakes out two blue jerseys down low, but the shot doesn't go for Mason. Dickerson able to pull down the offensive board and forces his way to the rim for a quick answer by Amityville. That will end an 8-0 run for the Eagles. 49-30, and they're going to, I take that back. It looks like they're going to wave off. It looks like I'm sorry, they gave him the point. So Warriors back up by 11 as Dickerson gets the field goal.
Yeah, Dickerson just not giving up with these layups today. He's done a great job, even with the sea of blue in his face.
R drives to the basket, doesn't go. Triple team, loose ball paint. Dotson Isabel tries to grab it. R comes down with it, passes to the other side of the paint, and Dominic Fernandez able to lay it in. 49-40 lead, back down to 9 for the Warriors with 80 seconds to go in the third quarter. Dickerson, uncontested, tray from the left wing, and he drills it. Big response for Amityville as they go back up by 12. 70 seconds to go in the third.
That's exactly what Amityville needs. Hauppauge's hitting threes. You shoot back with threes of your own, and Amir Dickerson did just that. Great shot by him, and I want to see more of that by Amityville. We saw a lot of it in the first half, but it's the first three so far by Amityville in the second.
50 seconds remaining. Chavez, bounce pass, driving in the paint. It's Fernandez, and it's tipped away. Warriors have it. Flythe brings the ball up the court near sideline, and he has his pocket picked. And that loose change is scooped up by Amityville. Down low, it's Clinton, and he puts it in. 54-40 Warriors back up by 14, 30 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Shot clock turned off.
Great play by Sakai Mason defensively.
Underneath, nice scoop by Matt Huber with the quick response. 18 seconds left in the third quarter. 54-42, Warriors in front. Dotson and Isabel slowing things down. Bottom of the circle. Hands it over to Amir Dickerson. 5 seconds left. Far side, it's Dotson Isabel. 1 second. Tries to get it to Dickerson. Buzzer, three-pointer off the front of the rim and just misses. And that is where quarter number 3 ends. One that belonged to the Hauppauge Eagles. What's left in the tank for Amityville? We'll find out when the fourth quarter starts right after this, as it's 54-42 Warriors in front on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
I've been driving trucks for a long time. Safety is my #1 priority. I know that my truck has huge blind spots. That's why I remember to check my mirrors often for smaller vehicles. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're behind the wheel, try to avoid lingering in those blind spots. It can be dangerous. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Coach Agostino, the head basketball coach for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Basketball Network.
Well, at halftime, it certainly appeared like this one was going to end early, and as Sean kept saying, it's moving quick, but the third quarter completely belonged to the Hauppauge Eagles. As we get set to start the fourth, Matt Grice, Sean Kruger, Melissa Santos, 54-42 Warriors with a comfortable lead, but Hauppauge has made things very tough.
I mean, their guards shooting out and hitting all those threes. That is how you get the lead back, and they've done a great job. And Tucker Brown, Matt Huber, those threes. And Hauppauge, I don't know what changed during halftime, but it looked pretty great.
Yeah, Huber and Brown got going. I think that's what changed is Huber feeling it, putting the moves on. Long tray off the front of the rim. It's short. And the moves don't pay off as Flythe has it. Drives, puts up a 10-footer, hits it, and draws the foul. Chance for a three-point play as Flythe hits the deck, but adds 2 to the Warriors' tally. I believe he adds 2. They haven't added to the scoreboard yet.
Great play
I think the
by
officials
Flythe
are
there. Hoping they added it.
There it is.
There it is. Now the chance to make it a three-point play.
Wanted to make sure we weren't giving you faulty information here as Flythe converts on the free throw. Three-point play complete, 57-42. And I'll tell you what, that just looks a lot better than it did a moment ago.
Yep. And like I said, three-point plays are great for they're great for the offense to be able to get back into the game and even when making a lead, extending a lead. It's great.
Brown kicks that out to Huber. Three-pointer, strong off the far rim. Clinton pulls down the rebound. Dotson Isabel has it. Dickerson, left side, drives, paint. Front of the rim, off the rim, doesn't go. Gets his own rebound, throws up a shot, and he draws a foul with a chance for a three-point play. 57-42 with 55 seconds, 59-42 with 55 seconds gone here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just mirroring the same exact play we saw by Wes Flythe a moment ago. And like I talking about Dickerson's effort and not giving up, and then he draws that foul and hits the shot. He'll make it a three-point play right here if he hits this.
And he does not hit it. And Warriors almost convert on the offensive board, but here come the Eagles. If you're going to foul, as Hauppauge has on the last 2 possessions, you have to make sure they don't convert on the shot. Warriors trying to take advantage. Dickerson couldn't get it there as we get a whistle on the floor. And it looks like they're going to call a foul on Clinton. And I take that back. It's going to be on Alan Dotson Isabel. So the Eagles will retain possession. Warriors up 59-42. Long three, and it is drained from the corner. And it is now 59-45. Tucker Brown with the tray.
Yeah, all these threes It's great. It could have been the highlight of the game if Hauppauge ends up winning. Excuse me.
Mason double teamed, finds Hines. Now Dickerson. Dickerson, long three-pointer, uncontested rainbow off the front of the rim. And we get a foul whistle underneath, and it's going to be on Amityville. So the Eagles will be awarded possession, 59-45, 6:26 to go in the contest.
Fouls on Dejon Clinton for whatever happened while the ball was in the air.
Hauppauge taking their time. Not a lot of time to play with here. And a mishap by Huber as he loses the handle, able to get it back. Finds some help in Fernandez. Fernandez thinks about the 15-footer, now puts up a shot from the upper left block. That doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Hines. And the Warriors break out. It's Dickerson, far sideline. Dotson Isabel drives in the paint, pulls back, gets it over to Hines. Puts up the shot, doesn't go. Underneath, Mason, that shot won't fall. Gets his own rebound. Mason not giving up. Finally a whistle and a foul.
Covered by a sea of blue jerseys.
Warriors definitely have the height advantage in the paint as the Eagles are having a hard time controlling the glass. It'll be a foul on the floor as Dominic Fernandez is called for the foul. So the Warriors will inbound. It's Dotson Isabel right in front of his bench. In the corner, it's Dickerson. Baseline three-pointer, drills it. And it is now 62-45 with 5:36 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Dickerson extending that lead. Amityville feels a lot more comfortable now with that lead than they did during the third quarter, but game's not over yet.
It's amazing how fast things can change in basketball as Fernandez picks up his dribble. Playing around the world. Now it's a long three by Chavez, and Mario Chavez drills the three. So I feel like we're watching an NBA game here right now as everybody's chucking threes, but it's working. 62-48, approaching the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Dotson Isabel scoops it with the left hand going across court and answers right back for the Warriors. 64-48, under 5 to play.
So like you said, that ability that the Hauppauge team has to drill these three-pointers makes it look like we're watching an NBA game. Just impressive today.
Brown cross court, finds Chavez. Chavez needs some help. Dangerous pass to Huber, almost loses it. Double teamed, able to regain control. Drives in the paint, bounce pass down low, right block, kicked out into the corner. Three-pointer Brown doesn't go. Loose ball pulled down by Mason. Dickerson breaks out, takes the three-pointer. That doesn't go. And R, fresh off the bench, pulls down the board. 4:15 to go, fourth quarter, 64-48. Warriors out in front, ball tipped, possession regained. And now it's Chavez driving in the lane, off the rim, no good. Dickerson breaking out for the Warriors. He has Dotson Isabel, left hand, and Dotson Isabel converts on the layup, and we're gonna get a whistle. And it looks like Dotson Isabel came up a little limp there, and he hobbles back to the bench. So Mark Stewart will see his first action of the game, and we get a timeout on the floor, 66-48, with exactly 4 to go in quarter number 4.
Amityville already passed the points scored that they had last time they met against Hauppauge. And that game ended 64-61. So a different story now. Of course, the game's not over, but Amityville a much better offensive showing today. And defensively, they played a great job defensively, and then we haven't been talking about that much, but they've done a great job forcing turnovers and getting the ball away from Hauppauge. But when they don't, we see what Hauppauge can do from the free throw line. 23, Amir Dickerson, 23 points, with the majority of those coming. We've seen him shoot a lot of three-pointers, and he's also got a lot of layups just under the bucket. Just trying to not see his effort, not giving up, and trying to just put it in.
As a matter of fact, folks, that young man is in the house right now. Bobby, stand up, my friend.
15 points for Alan Dotson Isabel also.
Yeah. He's talking to the trainer right now. Let's hope he's okay. 15 points. He's 15 points. He's played very well. He's had a couple of threes, so let's hope he's good.
Let's check in with Melissa Santos down on the sideline.
Overheard that someone made a three-pointer basketball, which was Bobby, as you can see. So congrats to him. But back to you guys.
Thanks, Melissa. Halfway through quarter number 4, 66-48, the lead back up to 18 for the Amityville Warriors. Eagles with the ball, trying to respond to a 4-0 run by the Warriors, led by Dotson Isabel. The pass is tipped out of bounds, so Eagles will retain possession.
Yeah, I think I just end up resting Dotson Isabel for the rest of this game. I feel like they've got a comfortable enough lead where they don't have to put him back in at risk of getting re-injured.
Normally Tristan Trellis would come in. He's not available today as Dotson Isabel is on the bench. Long three-pointer by Huber. That doesn't go. Rebound chased down in the corner by Hines and kicks it up court to Dickerson. Dickerson left side up with the shot with the right hand, and Dickerson again. 68-48 lead back up to 24 the Warriors. 3:22 to go, fourth quarter.
25 points for him now today.
Right wing bounce pass in the paint, tipped out of bounds as Dunphy couldn't handle it, and the Warriors will get possession back. Amityville doesn't really have a true point guard on the court right now. Jordan Hines will bring the ball up the floor. He has it tipped, able to hand it over to Dickerson. Pull up 15-footer short, and a loose ball goes out of bounds, and the officials are going to give it back to the Warriors. 3 blue jerseys converged on that. Nobody seemed to want to grab it.
Yeah, we see Dunphy again. See, he's going to be there when the ball goes out. And like I said, Amityville's forcing turnovers. They've been able to get the ball back. Part of the reason why they have such a big lead. 68-40. They got a 20-point lead here with 3 minutes left.
So Warriors have it. In the paint, Dickerson up with the layup and in. 27 points for him. And 70 for the Warriors as they are finishing up the way they started this game in the first and second quarter. It's 70-48 with 2:45 to go. Eagles have it. Three-pointer, Huber, top of the key, and Huber drills it, ending the 8-0 Warrior run, and it is now 70-51 Warriors out in front.
Yeah, it just continues to amaze me, these threes, and they're deep threes too. It's impressive.
Hines the other way answers right back for the Warriors as he gets the field goal, and it is 72-51. 2:15 to go. Three-pointer down on the other side. That one's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound, however, pulled down by Chavez. Chavez takes it himself. Swatted away by Mark Stewart, fresh off the bench, showing up the defensive skills and looking for the alley-oop. Instead, they get the tip. It's Clinton to Dickerson. It's 74-51. Under 2 to play here. Warriors out in front.
See that relationship between Dickerson and Clinton laughing again after that.
And a long tray answered right back by Huber, so the Eagles refuse to go away.
Another long three. It's impressive. This team, not a bad future for them.
They are a young team with a lot of talent. Three-pointer from the near corner doesn't go for Clinton. Loose ball in the paint eventually lands in Huber's hands, and we are going to get a timeout for the Eagles. And Sean, that was an exciting play there as Clinton was clearly trying to set up Dickerson for the alley-oop. Didn't quite work out that way, but they still converted.
Yeah, just rolled in. They're up big. I guess they want to have fun. They got a minute left on their home court, so just want to have some fun, make some memories, and playing high school basketball. It gave me a laugh being friends with them. So
it's a great play, and you want to see the alley-oop, but it still worked out very nicely. Yep. You see Dotson Isabel kind of hobbling into the huddle where the Warriors are a little bit. So yeah, to your point before, Sean, I'd be surprised if we saw him again. There's no reason to risk further injury. Again, the goal here is playoffs and hopefully going on a long run for the Amityville Warriors. They need to finish this one off first, but you have to give them credit. I always say it, basketball is a game of runs. The third quarter belonged to the Eagles. At the beginning of the fourth, we had reason to think that there was a chance they were going to come back, but in the fourth quarter, led by an 8-0 run by Amityville, it has been all Warriors.
Yeah, and like you said, there's no reason to put Dotson Isabel back in, and we're going to see some subs off the bench. Anthony Martinez coming in, and a player we don't have on our roster come in, but he's wearing 3.
All right, so down low, pass picked off, and the Warriors have it. It's Jordan Hines behind the back. Clinton thinks about it. 3, head fake, picks up his dribble, Back to Hines. Hines decides to drill it from downtown. And it's now 75-54 with under a minute to go. And I guess they're going to say he was on the line when he put up that shot. So 74 it is. Eagles trying to answer back. Floater from Randy Lewis, fresh in this game. And clearly the subs are coming out.
Yeah, Hauppauge with some subs here. Let's see what their younger guys can do in the last minute of the game.
So Clinton brings the ball up the court for the Warriors. And it's down low to Anthony Martinez, and that ball gets tipped out of bounds. Last touch off a white jersey. The shot clock will be turned off. 30.6 remaining in this game. 74-54 Warriors with a 20-point lead. Saeed carries the ball up the court. Hedgespeth seeing his first action of the game for the Eagles. Also Manzella, as the reserves getting a chance to play, down low to Kane, and that won't go. 14 seconds to go. Pass tipped away, and it's going to go out of bounds. We'll see if it was tipped, and looks like officials are going to say it actually did not get tipped by a white jersey, so the Warriors will get the ball. Under 10 seconds to play here in the game. Amityville up by 20. I would imagine at this point, Sean, that Amityville would just hold on to the ball and let the clock expire. Inbound, Clinton instead has other ideas, and now he's going to hold on to it in between the leg dribble. 4 seconds left, and he dribbles around a Stewart screen, and that's where we end things here at the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium with an impressive 20-point victory for the Amityville Warriors, 74-54, and a very impressive win for Amityville, a much-needed win to show that there is a difference in the talent levels of these two teams.
Yeah, a great win by Amityville, 20-point win, different from the last time, besides the 3-point win that they had against Hauppauge in early January. But it's a great win for Amityville as they keep their run at a league title.
With the win, the Warriors improve to 10-2 in League 5 play and 11-5 overall. Meanwhile, the Hauppauge Eagles fall to 4-15 overall and 2-13 in league play. But this was definitely a statement win for Amityville. As you said, Coach Agostino said before the game they were very upset. Even though they beat Hauppauge 3 weeks ago, they were not happy with the results. They didn't like their start. They didn't like the fact that even though they win, it was only 3 points. And I think after tonight's game, as this will be the last time these two teams meet this year, the statement was made of who the better team was.
Yeah, it definitely showed. And even with Hauppauge showing some signs of life in the second half, Amityville able to bite back. And definitely with this 20-point lead and 20-point win, and Amityville is clearly the better team. Is like you said, they're trying to make their run at a league title. So they move up. Well, they don't move up in the standings, but their record moves up, and Hauppauge stays in last place. So just unfortunate season for them. They've got some potential because we see some great three-point shooting, and we'll look forward to see what Hauppauge can do next year. And we'll pay attention to Amityville as their playoff push and league title push continues.
Yeah, the Warriors statement win. The Eagles, to your point, they are a young team, a lot of juniors. We're hoping to get Coach Agostino with our sideline reporter, Melissa Santos, but she's coming back empty-handed, so I think Agostino's probably celebrating with his team right now. So we're going to take a quick break here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network, but don't go anywhere as we have our post-game show coming up right after this. Warriors with an impressive 20-point win, 74-54 the final. Don't go anywhere. Post-game show coming up next right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with a sun protection factor, or SPF, of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. UVA rays age the skin, UVB rays burn, and both cause cancer. But the perfect sunscreen doesn't count if you use it wrong. Don't need sunscreen on a cloudy day? Wrong. 80% of UV rays still get through the haze. Only use sunscreen at the beach? Nope. Anytime you're outside, UV rays attack the skin, so you need protection. and you have to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
This is Mark Stewart, center for the Amityville basketball team, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to Amityville Memorial High School as the Amityville Warriors walk away with an impressive win, 74-54, the final score. Matt Grice, Sean Kruger, Melissa Santos here with you on our post-game show as we will break this one down. Big win for the Warriors. A lot of work up ahead for them as they continue to work towards the top of the standings in League 5 and to set themselves up for a strong playoff run. But let's start with the good. The first half, Sean, belonged to Amityville all the way.
Yeah, like we mentioned during the halftime, that 13-0 run, and it's just great. They got a lot of players involved, Wes Blythe, Jordan Hines, so...
And we're going to get back to that, but right now, Melissa Santos is on the sidelines with head coach Jack Agostino.
So how do you feel about the game today?
I can't say I feel great. I felt great the first half. I thought we played really, really well. Good tense defense, and we kind of slowed up a little defensively in the second half. But still, we'll take the win. We can get one.
How do you feel about Amir Dickerson making those shots?
He's a very good player. Very good player. He loves to score. He's got a scorer's mentality. We just need him to lock in on defense. He does that, we're unstoppable.
Do you think he's a good basketball leader?
He's a great, great basketball player. Has awesome leadership ability. He should be a Division I basketball player.
Great game. Congratulations on your game today. And how many games do you have left?
We still have 4 more left. So we play here Saturday, Tuesday away, and then we finish up with Wine Dance Thursday, Rocky Point Friday. Senior Day is Friday, February 7th.
You guys thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Coach Agostino. Great job, Melissa, on the sidelines, of course. And we're going to get into why Coach Agostino wasn't as happy as you think he might have been. If you're just joining us and you see the final score, 74-54, you might be confused at why he would say that. He was certainly happy with the first half. Sean, you were talking about that a moment before, and it was a dominant first half by the Warriors.
Yeah, and they were able to get off to a 13-0 run and an 11-0 run and ended up at halftime with a 19-point lead, 39-20. And like I said, we saw a lot of players in Amityville get involved. Amir Dickerson, obviously, but then we saw Jordan Hines, Takai Mason. I thought Takai Mason played pretty well today on offense and defense. And as well as Wes Blythe, he hit some threes. He did a great job offensively as well. And Alan Dotson Isabel, he did go down with an injury at the end of the game. And obviously, Coach Agostino playing smart and not putting him back in with 4 minutes left in a comfortable lead. But, I did like what I saw out of him. I mean, he's a bit of a smaller player. He's a younger player, but he did play very well. He drilled some threes and had some layups. And like I said, the future of the team is in good hands after this year. They have a few seniors, but they'll be all right because Amir Dickerson will be returning next year. Like Coach Agostino said, he should be a Division I basketball player, and I think with the pace he's at right now, he definitely will be.
Yeah, I'm sure next year the goal for Dickerson is to try to prove he's the best player in Suffolk County. You might be able to make that argument right now. So first half, Agostino's happy, the team's happy, the crowd's enjoying it. It's a 39-20 lead for the Warriors. Third quarter starts out with the Warriors going up by 21. It'd be their largest lead of the game as they start off with a field goal from Jordan Hines. But then, we were expecting a three-point contest, especially coming from the Hauppauge Eagles. We didn't see it in the first half. You want to know why Coach Agostino was a little upset? Because it started raining threes in the third quarter, and it was coming out of the hands of the blue jerseys.
Tucker Brown, Matt Huber, and Dominic Fernandez hit a lot of threes, and we even saw one from Mario Chavez, and they were able to, that group were able to hit threes. We saw its majority three-pointers, and that obviously hitting the threes over the twos and ones is going to help them cut that deficit down a lot quicker and they did a lot job. They scared Amityville. Like Agostino said, he was, a bit worried. He wasn't too happy with how the second half went, how it started out at least. But we saw it was just impressive to me how Hauppauge was able to drill those threes, especially Tucker Brown. I mean, I said at half that we wanted to see more of him, and we did see a lot. We did see a lot more of him, and we saw the player that he is being impressive, as well as Matt Huber, the senior, with a lot of three-pointers. He impressed me as well.
Yeah, it was a wild finish to that one. The third quarter did not go the way the Warriors wanted it, and if you were a fan and you were rooting for Amityville, you were holding your breath a little bit there, and that's clearly what Coach Agostino was not happy about. And we had talked about that at halftime, you and I, about not taking your foot off the gas and see how they would come out. Give the Eagles credit. Their best players stepped up and acted like their best players in the third, but then the Warriors ultimately did what good teams do, and they made the adjustments in the fourth quarter and ultimately put this one away. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Alan Dotson-Isabel. His health obviously important moving forward for the Warriors. 4 contests left for Amityville in the regular season. Can they catch Wyandanch? It'll be interesting to see, as they are still a couple of games behind them. Wyandanch undefeated in League 5 play, and the Warriors will have a crack at them next week. But, Sean, final thoughts for today's game?
Yeah, definitely the right type of game that Amityville is going to want to have when they're making a push for the playoffs, making a push for the league title. And you mentioned they're trying to catch Wyandanch. That clip, the Jeremiah Webb game winner, is a very close game with Wyandanch, and personally, I'm very excited for that game. 2 of the best players in Suffolk County, in New York, Amir Dickerson and Jeremiah Webb. I'm excited to see how this playoff push turns out. These standings finish out at the end of the season. If Amityville is going to be able to catch Wyandanch, I'm excited to see how these playoffs go as well.
So it should be a fun ride, and there's plenty more to go, and it could be a deep run for this Warrior team as they have gotten better and better as the season has gone on. The Warriors improved to 10-2 in league play, 11-5 overall, and the Hauppauge Eagles fall to 2-13 and 4-15 overall. Amityville Warriors get the victory, 74-54 for Sean Kruger, Melissa Santos. I'm Matt Grice saying have a good night, and thanks for joining us tonight on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Go to AmityvilleWarriors.com for upcoming broadcasts and events. This has been a presentation of Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.